Apocalypse.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Bearded Warman here. As you can tell, I am a little bearded. I work at a chemical company, so I have to keep it shaved. Um, if you want to see it grow out, start liking and subscribing, so we can grow it out. You know what I'm saying? Um, so we're gonna do some different stuff. I mean, obviously you can see my webcam here. Um, I just wanted to try it out so you guys can see, who you guys are listening to. And, I wanted to just start letting you guys see who I am and everything and get this journey going. So I also want to do a campaign for you guys as well, and to just, be able to show you what the game is all about. And that's the main part of the game, is the campaigns. Um, there's a lot of them if you buy the DLCs and whatnot, so you can like I said, there's so many to choose from. So I'm just gonna do the green campaign. Starting out, probably do a Rome campaign, because that's Rome 2, basic, and they're really fun to play. Honestly, they it can get intense, so everybody hates us, so everybody starts to fight us pretty quickly, and whatnot. So without further ado, let's start getting this ball rolling. So to do a campaign, you have your menus here. You can choose whichever menu you want. If you buy the DLCs, I mean, I change it up a lot. There's the Rise of the Republic, which is a fun one. We can probably cover that at a later date. There's Gaul, Hannibal, Wrath of Sparta. This was a pretty cool one. Actually, we'll leave it right there. But to do a campaign, you come over here to this eagle, and you go to campaign. You can do the prologue to start out too, which I actually like to play a lot because it's just a fun, this campaign, and the actors in it are really awesome. The main guy is pretty cool. He's actually an actor that, he plays a villain a lot of the times and stuff. He's a pretty cool guy. But it's actually a really fun campaign. It just shows you how to play the game, from basic stuff. But I have to do it all the time. This is kind of fun for me. But I'm gonna do but you go to Grand Campaign, and there's tons of factions to choose from. It starts off with Rome. There's Carthage. You can choose your different houses, or your factions that you want to do. So there's Carthage, the Maganoid dynasty, the Hannoid, and then the Barcid. There's the Gallic tribes, and you can choose the different tribes or the factions. So there's the Boii, Averni, Nervii, Galatia. Galatia is really good. They actually take a lot of what the Romans do, and make their own legionaries and all kinds of stuff. So they're like a hybrid faction. I feel they're pretty cool. They're like a half tribe faction, half like Roman / Greek. It's like they're a really good faction. The Gallic tribes, the Seleucid, like the successor kingdoms of Alexander the Great, because once he died, all of his kings and stuff, or his governors, started fighting over for power and stuff. So Seleucid's really good. Like, they're really, really good. They're actually my favorite faction. Egypt's really good too. Macedon's pretty good. Bactria also is good. They get elephants as well as Seleucid. So, but yeah, like I said, there's so many factions. Like Iceni, this is Britain. So I mean, there's a lot of really good factions. But we're gonna go with Rome, and we're probably gonna start with probably House of Julia, because obviously, guys, Julius Caesar. I don't know if you've heard of him or not, but he's pretty popular in the Roman times, But yeah, I like to go with House of Julia, so we'll go with very hard. I don't like to do legendary because it doesn't save your game. So it doesn't save your game. Excuse me, it doesn't save your game on legendary, so you have to. It's kind of annoying. So it just does it like by turns and stuff. So we'll go very hard. It it's still a very good challenge on very hard, like and whatnot. So we'll do very hard. Um, so House of Julia, here we go. So there's, I mean, also there's campaign settings like time limit for battles, which I recommend because sometimes battles can go pretty crazy long. So I put at least an hour because sometimes battles do take that long. And then there's the victory conditions, like how you like. There's military uh, victories where you control 90 settlements, which is kind of crazy to think about, but it is possible. You can completely control the whole entire map if you wanted to. Economic victory. Um, you can have like tons of client states and whatnot like that. And then there's like a cultural one um, where you like completely control like with your culture and stuff. Um, and you also have to construct these buildings as well. So, but yeah, and you also have to maintain a lot of units. So that's like you can have like tons of armies. So, but anyway, without further ado, let's get this thing going. And I love the art in this game. It's really good.
You are at war with the Etruscan League. March north and capture their territories. This will allow you to consolidate Italia and ensure the safety of Rome. You must wage war if you hope to extend your dominion. Syracuse and Carthage own territory in Magna Graecia, so conflict with them is inevitable if you wish to expand across the Mediterranean. Otherwise, they may prove useful allies against Etruria or the Gaulish tribes to the north. Come what may, Rome will triumph.
Indeed, it shall. All right. I like that little. It does it for every faction. It kind of gives you like an outlay of what you need to do, and it kind of gives you a little pep talk, you know. So, um, first thing, it's going to give you objectives as you go. So obviously, the first objective is here. So it kind of gives you like a little underline, like from humble beginnings comes great things. Take your first step to establish a foothold from which to launch your people to greatness. So completely control 2 provinces either by direct ownership or through client states or military allies, and you can get bonuses. And usually you get money. Sometimes you can get units, or I mean, it doesn't really happen that often, but usually it's just money. Um, I'm thinking of another game that you get units. I think I'm thinking of like Warhammer, Total War, where you can actually get units and stuff. But here, so treasury, you get another good amount of money, which kind of will help you boost your economy, or you can use it for your military. So it kind of just depends on what you want to do. So and then you also get sub objectives when you do that. So to access your objectives, here's like the map and everything, which is beautiful. Like it looks amazing. Um, but you get your faction here.
When you selected a faction, you also chose a
I'm going
family
to turn
or
this off
party to
because
represent.
I can give you advice, not them. It's okay. We don't need them. So it gives you your faction leader, and then he's married right now. So it gives you your age. You're 25. Lucius Julius Libo. Sorry. I will probably butcher names, so just bear with me. And then your wife is Lucatraria. You want to get married because you want to have children to continue your line of your family and whatnot. So yeah, and then there's other factions as well. Like you can choose from those ones at the beginning. There's House of Cornelia, House of Junia, and House of Paparia. Paparia? Paparia? I have never heard of that one. Sometimes they just throw in some random ones. But yeah, and then there's also like tons of things you can do. You can assassinate people. You can send gifts. Try to make the other factions happy, because you can get civil wars in this, and whichever areas that they control will turn against you and will fight you, and kind of cause a headache for you. Sometimes they can really throw off your plans that you want to do. So, but yeah, here's the factions. So objectives that it gives you. So obviously control 2 provinces through military ownership or client states or military allies. but it also gives you bonus objectives. So hold the entirety of at least one of the following. So Magna Graecia. So I have to take over these two settlements as well, because it'll tell you this is a province basically. So I got to control two of them in total. So I can Brundisium, Cassienta, Liliebom, and Syracuse. So that's all one province. So I have to completely control that to take it over. So that's just one. So or I can take over Italia. So in Italia, there's Roma, Neapolis, and then Arminium, and then Velitari, Vela 3. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna butcher names, so just try not to laugh too much, okay? It hurts my feelings. Just kidding. Okay. So then there's that one, and then so then you can also so subjugate the Etruscan, the Etruscan League by making them your client state or just taking their last settlement. So basically, just dominating these guys and just completely taking them over. So Etruscan League is right here. They have one city right here, and then the two right here. And I think I'm at war with them already. We'll look at that in a minute. But then there's the Penal Court, so be at war with the Carthage, which I don't technically want to do right away because they can be pretty, like, good. Sorry about that cut. So like I was saying, so yeah, they can be really strong and really powerful. So yeah, but you get extra rewards when you do that stuff. So you get extra money. So you want to do those as well to just maximize everything. And so your ultimate objectives: the military victory, economic victory, and cultural victory. So yeah, and then so when you have these little hammers above your settlement, it's undeveloped land, and you can expand your cities to make more things like economics and my dog is so loud. Food. So you have your money. So this is my current amount of my money. This is how much I'm going to get next turn. That factors in your military upkeep, all that stuff, trade, everything, and that's how much you're going to get next turn to go into your treasury. And then also food. So you want to have a food surplus, because if you don't and you have a negative food income, your troops will start to decline in number. They will start to starve and die. So we want to feed our armies so we can go on campaigns and take over the world, right? So we want to have we want to have food. So what I like to do is and so it covers your whole empire for food. I mean, and it also covers per province. So right now I'm making -1 food right there, and then I'm making 1 food here. So that's why I have 0 food. So it covers your whole empire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this settlement because it only has 1, which is just the village. So we want this to expand a little bit. And so then we have several choices. So this one is a cultural, religious building that you can upgrade later to this. Like, you can do all this other things. So like one of those victory things, you can build the Pantheon, which will give you like a cultural victory. But so that will improve public order. So down here on the left hand screen, you can see it gives you +2 public order and per turn, and then +2 Latin cultural influence. So you want to have your area have cultural dominance, because that will also improve your public order. So right now it's at -5 because cultural differences are -10, taxes are -5, and we have slaves, which make me more money too, but they also decline your public order. So we want to have good cultural dominance in the area, because it actually, you can see -10, that's pretty big. So that's that, but we won't do that technically right now because I can move my army into this settlement, and that will also boost the public order for military presence, which kind of helps make the people happy. And then there's the Field of Mars, which is your recruitment building, which lets you upgrade your armies with more units, which you can upgrade as you go. So you can get a manipular barracks, which gives you equites, which are cavalry, principes, which are heavy infantry, and triarii, which are spear infantry. And then you can also do cohort barracks, which will give you first cohort and praetorians, which are really good. And then there's praetorian cavalry and armored legionaries for your last one, for your legionary barracks. But then there's also auxiliary camp, which give you different things where you're at. So like if you're here, you get Saki Stadi, and then if you go to the next one, it gives you Saki Equites Extraordinary, Sakute Equites, and all that stuff. But if you're somewhere else, like say in the barbarian areas like up north, it'll give you like naked warriors and like barbarian cavalry. So like up here, it'll give you like naked warriors and whatnot like that. And then like over in Greece, it'll give you like different things like citizen cav and like hoplites and stuff like that. So like the Romans were really good at including people into their militaries from the people they took over. But yeah, and so then there's that, and then there's a mine, which gives you just extra money and whatnot. But it gives you public order disciplines from squalor, which is like, it just makes a lot of mess, and it's just nasty to the eye and whatnot. So just people don't like it as much. And then there's just your farm, which is what we're gonna do. But then there's also a meeting place, which gives you more money, like from culture and entertainment and stuff like that, so that you can do that. And then just like local commerce and like a market and stuff, but it gives you less food. But then there's the auditorium, theater, and then the stadium, which will give you public order plus money because people will pay to go there. But yeah, so we're gonna do the farm and whatnot. So I'm gonna put this army in the, see, then it makes it a -1, and then over here we will do a we'll probably expand this one as well, and then make this a farm as well, because it also makes you money as like when you're doing it as you go also. And then I think I'm just gonna continue to upgrade my economy. So I'm gonna upgrade this settlement to an olive press, and then I'm gonna move this army back into Rome just to give it a little extra. And then my spy are really good, so they can do so many things, like obviously spy. So I'm gonna send her out. I'm gonna push spacebar to make it go faster. So there's an army right here, but I'm also gonna just deploy her in an area so she can steal food from a region to my reserves and possibly cause starvation from the enemies that I'm at. So I'm gonna deploy that, but then I can also see what this army has. So it has Italian noble cav, Italian spears, and then levy skirmishers. So it's not that bad of an army. But also you can see your trade. You can raise your taxes, but it also lowers your public order, which is not good. And then there's trade. So I'm trading with Syracuse right now. I'm making 81 dinars. I think that's what it's called. But yeah. And then, excuse me, and then this is summary. It's like what I'm spending. But you can also see that here. So like I'm getting a good amount from taxes, slaves that make me money, trade, other, which is sometimes like your cities, I think. And then just your total income, and then your expenditure, it will be your army upkeep, your navy upkeep, and then other. Sometimes like, yeah, just like when you send out like payments to somebody, like a faction, because you want a trade agreement, sometimes you have to spend money to do that, which it's kind of annoying, but whatever. But yeah, we're also going to start the technology. I like to start with your military. So military is on the left, and then your civil is on the right. So you have to start it by doing this one first. And this will give us some manipular barracks and auxiliary camp. So we're going to start that. It takes 2 turns. It tells you as you go. And then there's diplomacy. So as diplomacy, yeah, we are at war with the Etruscan League. And this kind of gives you a balance of power if you're stronger than them. So we're a little bit stronger than them, but not quite. And the way to get stronger is build up your military and whatnot like that, and have more allies and that kind of stuff. And so we won't do a trade agreement with anybody right now, because usually on the first turn they don't like to do that, and then we'll probably decline it. But the next turn, sometimes they will. It's kind of stupid, but it is just what it is. But you can see all the factions that you can actually see as your little, your little republic that you got here. You can see just the certain factions that are here. But as you go, you will see more and more factions. So yeah, we will also put this navy over here, and just to protect the city and also kind of boost the public order. And so then we're also going to try to make more units over here. So I like to try to stick with the Stadi. The Rararii just are terrible. And so I normally don't like to have like crazy over the top like amount of like skirmishers or cavalry and stuff like that in when I'm playing multiplayer and stuff, but on the campaigns you have to structure your armies where you can just dominate the enemies, because they don't stick to a guideline and they don't play by the rules. And I like to stick by 4-2-1, which is 4 skirmishers, 2 pikemen, and then 1 artillery piece. But sometimes I will put like 2 pieces of artillery or like 5 like archer units in an army and stuff like that. So you just have to, and put lots of cavalry. So like you just have to play it by ear. So I'm gonna build as much Hastati as I can. So I'm gonna build that up. So yeah, there we go. And so then we're at the end of the turn. You just push this button end turn. But I'm actually gonna save and get going. So I just kind of had to explain a lot of stuff. So we didn't get to a battle yet, but next episode we will get to a battle. I just want to say thank you guys for sticking with me on this journey. I know there's not very many subscribers or viewers on the channel right now, but we're gonna get there, and I just want to keep grinding and keep making videos for you guys, because I love this game and I love to just entertain people and just show them that I know a lot about this game, and I know a lot of things. Sorry about that. And I just want to just say thank you, for everything. Please like and subscribe the video, and share the video around if you can. Just spread out this this love and entertainment to everybody. So without further ado, I'm Bearded Warman, and thank you guys so much for everything. And bye bye.